Do you know someone who is functional on the outside, but fractured on the inside? Protesting. Is it changing anything? Let's start thinking differently. If protests really worked, there would be visible change. We are still protesting. There has been no change. Actually, things have been getting worse. Why? Because when we are anti something, whatever we are anti has to exist. Healing with the Rev podcast is going to bring you comfort, build community, and give you some inspiration to move forward. Pro peace. For those of you who are old enough to remember who Mother Teresa was, Mother Teresa during the Vietnam War was asked to come to an anti-war rally. She said, I will not be there, but when you have a peace rally, invite me, I will come. She understood the difference between anti whatever and peace. So let's be for peace. And peace does not mean sitting on your butt doing nothing. It's very active. I'm Reverend Teresa Heipel. I am your host of Healing with the Rev podcast. I have lost loved ones to death. I am here to honor your faith tradition, and here you can find peace, calm, and clarity. Peace starts with community building, one person at a time, standing for something rather than against something. When we stand for, we're taking a stance for what we want. Anti-war, anti-ICE, or whatever is going on today as you are listening to this, whatever we are anti really does have to exist. We're giving power over to whatever it is we are wanting to not exist. If we want to abolish something, we need to be pro whatever that is. For this, we want pro peace. We want to be for peace. I don't think anyone would argue with me about that, but they haven't changed their mindset from something negative to something positive. So let's build something positive in this world. Peace building starts with faith. Whatever your faith is, whether it's Christian, Jewish, Islam, or anything else, I say have a faith in a higher power somewhere, because life gets difficult. And when life gets difficult, sometimes we don't know what to do with that. Building with faith, people are coming together. They're learning together. They're expounding their beliefs. They're expounding justice. And aren't we all wanting social justice? Seriously. Drum circles. It's a great way to release pent-up emotions. At my church, we have a drum circle. And when I go there, I can pound on the djembe drums, as you'll see on this picture. There's a lot of djembe drums. It's a great way because you can come up with your own rhythm and you can come up with your own chant in your head. It's pretty awesome. The podcast format, we're going to have real stories. I'm probably going to be talking more than doing interviews. I have a lot of experience in a lot of different things. I'm going to give you some practical tips and some uplifting interviews as we go along. Expressions of heartache, honoring our pain. This woman is feeling the weight of her loss. Whatever that loss is, she is not sure she wants to face reality. Sometimes reality is really difficult because reality is not someplace where we want to be. But we are here and we are now. And if you're listening to this, you're paying attention. So you are present in this moment. She appears to be afraid to see what is in front of her, whether she lost a spouse or a friend or a child or lost a job, gone into retirement, doesn't know what to do with her time. There's so many different kinds of ways of heartache, so many expressions of heartache. And whatever you're feeling, know that you are in great company and everything you feel is all good. And so I would ask you to continue to watch these podcasts because they're going to be informative. Some of them are about loss of some sort. Some of them are about these protests and peace and how we can move forward. Honor yourself by doing what is right for you in the moment. Welcome back to Steady by Design, the podcast for people who are ready to stop surviving their emotions and start understanding them. I'm Teresa, your host, ordained minister, grief specialist, and shamanic practitioner. And today we are going somewhere tender. We're talking about feeling submissive, powerless, like your voice doesn't matter, like your needs don't count, like somewhere along the way you learned that it was safer to disappear than to take up space. If that lands for you, stay with me. This one is for you. Surface it. Let's name what this actually feels like in the body. Powerlessness doesn't always announce itself loudly. Sometimes it's a quiet collapse in the chest, a shrinking, an automatic, I'm fine, when you're not fine at all. It might show up as not speaking up in a meeting even when you know the answer, saying yes when every cell in your body is screaming no, making yourself smaller so someone else can feel bigger, a deep exhaustion that comes from constantly managing everyone else's comfort except your own. Where do you feel it? For some people, it's in the throat, a tightening, a closing. For others, it's in the shoulders, pulled inward like a shield. For others, it's a heaviness in the legs, like you can't move even when you want to. Notice where your body holds this. Just notice. Don't fix it yet. Understand it. Let's get curious instead of critical. Here's what I want you to know. You did not become submissive because you are weak. You became submissive because at some point it was the safest available option. Maybe you grew up in a home where speaking up had consequences. Maybe you were in a relationship where your voice was dismissed so many times that you stopped trying. Maybe you're a caregiver or a people pleaser, and your entire nervous system learned that keeping the peace was more important than keeping yourself. That was adaptive. That was survival intelligence. But survival strategies have a shelf life, and what kept you safe then may be keeping you small now. Powerlessness is also deeply connected to grief because somewhere inside you is the person you were before you learned to disappear, and that person has been waiting for you to come back. When we come back from the break, we will talk about move through it and anchor it. Let's pause here for just a moment. This is what I call the steady moment. A pause to remember that peace in the world begins with peace inside us. One thing I've learned from working with people over many years is that the world does not become peaceful through more reaction. It becomes peaceful through more steadiness. When your nervous system is regulated, your thinking becomes clearer, your decisions become wiser, and your presence alone begins to influence the people around you. That's the work I do through what I call steady by design. I help people regulate stress, restore clarity, and return to peace, both in their bodies and in their lives. Because when we become steady inside ourselves, we stop reacting to chaos and begin creating stability in the world around us. And that is where real peace begins. Book your discovery call using this QR code. Now, let's continue. Welcome back. Let's continue on with move through it. Move through it. Let's shift the energy. I want you to do something with me right now, and I know it might feel uncomfortable. I want you to take up space physically, right where you are. Uncross your arms, put your feet flat on the floor, roll your shoulders back, lift your chin just slightly, take a breath that fills your whole chest. This is not performance. This is not pretending to feel powerful when you don't. This is your body remembering before your mind catches up that you have a right to be here. Now I want you to say out loud or silently just one sentence. I have a voice and it matters. Say it again. I have a voice and it matters. Notice what happens in your body. Notice if something in you wants to resist it. That resistance, that's the wound talking. Keep breathing anyway. Anchor it. Here is your truth to carry forward. Reclaiming your voice is not a one-time event. It's a daily practice. It's 1,000 small moments where you choose to speak when you'd rather shrink. It starts small. You say what you actually want for dinner. You tell the truth about how you're feeling to one safe person. You pause before you automatically say yes. You notice the moment your throat closes and you breathe into it instead of past it. Power doesn't mean dominating. It means being present as your full self. It means knowing that the space you take up is not taken from someone else. It's yours by birthright. You were not designed to disappear. You were designed to be here, fully, authentically, unapologetically here. Your anchor for this week. I am allowed to take up space. My voice is welcome here. Write it down. Put it somewhere, you'll see it. If you have enjoyed this episode, please like, follow, and subscribe here. Your follow and subscribe allows me to make better quality content for you. I will bring in guests on occasion. If this message resonates with you, I bring the Steady by Design framework to organizations, communities, and events that want to lead with clarity instead of reaction. I'd love to continue the conversation. Thank you so much for being here today. Steady by Design is available right now in beta at http://steady-by-design.netlify.app. Inside the app, you'll find the full Powerless pathway 4 phases of audio to walk you through this emotion at your own pace with shamanic drumming to support your nervous system the whole way through. Until next time, stay steady. You were designed for this.